Folks, I love to laugh and joke and have a lot of fun about being the one-arm guy. In fact, my wife of almost 30 years has had to adapt to kind of a strange sense of humor that I carry with me. Julie and I enjoyed going down the Grand Cayman Islands, down the Caribbean on our vacations, and last time we were down there, we're laying out on the beach and we're soaking up some sun, and I looked out over the ocean and I saw some people going parasailing. We stood up, we walked down the beach, we bought our tickets, we get in the boat, and the boat's going out into the ocean. And I noticed this college stud on the back of the boat. And he was getting the sail ready for us, and he jumped off the back of the boat down into where Julie and I were seated. And he looks at me, and with that cocky voice he said, "Did you guys remember your shark repellent?" I looked him square in the eye and I said, "Heck yes, I did. Last time I forgot it, look what happened." Folks, I'm here tonight to share a little bit about my life story and also the 2 keys of turning setbacks into comebacks. Isn't it amazing how we all experience challenges in our lives, both personally and professionally? And I'm here tonight to say that we have to embrace those challenges and truly make something good come out of every situation that we find ourselves in. So I crawled up on the back of that tractor and I sat on the back right fender as I had done thousands of times before. Dad put it in gear. He pulled out to the end of the driveway. He threw it into 4th gear and we were flying down that gravel road. All of a sudden, we got a quarter of a mile away from the house, and the back axle on the tractor broke. The back right wheel flew off the tractor, and I was thrown under the tractor where my arm and shoulder were torn off. My right leg was crushed. But I also wanted to play this game called baseball, and usually I get this one out, and I get a lot of goofy looks like, how in the world is this one-armed guy going to pull this one off? And I'd spend hour after hour in the golf cart during the day or in bed at night, trying to figure out how in the world can I get the ball out of my glove fast enough with one arm to compete with all of you with 2 arms. I thought, well, maybe if I caught the ball and then put the ball and glove down between my knees and then pull the ball out, and that wasn't very good. And that certainly wasn't to the best of my ability. And Niana, can you help me out here? Everyone give Niana a hand. Anyone want to give me a hand? The other one. The ball would come in, and now I could get the ball out of my glove faster with one hand than any of you could with 2. There had never been a Gustafson who had ever sat the bench at any level of competition. And there I was at the end of the bench. One night as I was crying myself to sleep, my dad came downstairs and he sat on the edge of my bed and he told me a story, and it goes like this. He says, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, or where you're at in life, but a big garbage truck's going to back up right beside you. It's going to be hoisted up and it's going to dump its load of garbage on you. And he said, at that very moment, you have a decision to make. You can either sit in it, act like it, smell like it, and be just like that garbage. Or you can process it, turn out fertilizer, and make everything around you turn green, grow, and prosper. Dad finished telling me that story. He stood up off the edge of my bed. He began to walk out of my bedroom, and as he was passing through the doorway, he stopped, he turned around, he pointed that big finger at me, and he said, "But the decision's up to you. What are you going to do about it?" And my dad walked out of my bedroom that night. That was the night I committed my life to processing all the garbage that had ever been dumped on me, was being dumped on me, or would ever be dumped on me in the future. I was going to make something good come out of every situation I found myself in. Well, I walked up from behind him, I grabbed him by the shoulder, I spun him around, got down on the knees so I could look him square in the eye, and I said, "Josiah, what's the problem here, buddy?" He said, "Dad, you spin it and it stays up there forever. And I spin it and it keeps falling off over and over and over again." I said, "Josiah, what's the number 1 rule in our house?" He said, "I know, Dad, never give up." "Josiah, what's the second rule?" "I know, Dad, have the courage to face the next challenge." I said, "Yes, he's been listening." I said, "Josiah, if you don't give up, you can give me any challenge that you want. You'll learn how to never give up, and I'll learn how to have the courage to face the next challenge, and we'll struggle through it side by side, just you and I, little buddy." Josiah's eyes lit up. He got a big old smile on his face. He walks across the basement floor, he reaches into his toy box, he grabs this, and he says, "Spin this, Dad." That's not funny. It's impossible. There's no center point of gravity. It can't be done. But what was I going to say? No, I don't have the courage to face that challenge, and you might as well go ahead and give up? Of course not. I was asking him to do his very best, and he was asking me to do my very best. Have you ever been asked to do the impossible? Folks, we all have challenges. Can we all agree to that? But we have to embrace them. Don't run from them. Don't shy away from them. Embrace them and learn through those setbacks and turn them into comebacks. Folks, I know that if I can, each and every one of you can too.